Hello Hedgehogs, this is Sammy the Classic Sonic fan. So this first segment is unrelated to the topic of this video. In my absence, as you know, a lot transpired. A lot more than I can cover in this video. However, one of these events I'd like to share my sentiments on is the death of Satoru Iwata. I haven't gotten the chance to talk about this on my publicly vast YouTube outlet, and I feel that's the most appropriate that I do. Satoru Iwata was a brilliant businessman and leader for Nintendo. He was imperative to many impactful products such as Kirby's Adventure, Earthbound, Super Smash Bros., Pokemon Stadium, and much more. Above all, he was a leader with the passion of a gamer like all of us. He oversaw many years of prosperity for Nintendo, such as the Wii/DS era. He was only 55 at the time of his death. An individual like Iwata deserves a much longer life. His death struck me in a way other celebrity deaths hadn't before. It felt like the loss of someone I knew physically. It really goes to show how much of an influence Nintendo has even today. Thank you, Iwata, and we shall always understand. Well, with that aside, let us begin. Sonic the Hedgehog has had some better days. Back in the Sega Genesis days, we didn't even have to worry about Sonic games being bad. We were always confident in Mario's Speedy Blue rival. We didn't have to worry about awful OCs and fanfictions, the series' potential downfall, and past games that really hurt the franchise's reputation. Back then, we were able to just play the games and enjoy them. Of course, many people are married to the phrase, "there's someone for everyone," or, in this case, everything. Not everyone hates the more recent Sonic games such as Sonic 06, Sonic Unleashed, which I didn't totally hate either, and Sonic Boom, and I have nothing against you if you, the viewer, are one of those people. However, you must agree that the Sonic series was at its peak during the early 90s, speaking in terms of reputation. People are worried Sonic Boom has taken a toll on the series, and is causing it to plummet into non-existence. This is a huge over-exaggeration, and throughout the course of the first half of this video, I shall explain why. Whenever people think of Sonic Boom, or at least here on the online Sonic community, it's usually regarding the game. However, the game is just a small component of the Sonic Boom series, merely meant to promote the show. I've seen worse video game adaptations to TV shows and other media. Even if the video game is based off a video game-based TV series, that doesn't guarantee it'll be any better. Compared to other said adaptations, this game is fairly average. While that doesn't fully excuse its poor quality, you have to cut it some slack in that regard. Plus, the developers had to get it out by the time of a show's premiere. And it was transitioned from a PC to a Wii U project in an obviously short amount of time. Sonic Boom is centrally a TV series that was met with decent success. Not only that, but it's actually pretty good. It doesn't precisely appeal to me, but definitely appeals to its target audience, that I can tell. It's definitely more of a comedy, and it actually made me chuckle at times. The scripting is also very crisp. What about video games? Sonic is a video game icon, not one of TV networking or toys. When on topic of recent Sonic games, Sonic Boom usually comes to mind. Sonic Boom sold laughably poor, and if you couple that with tremendously poor ratings, you get an utter flop.
Come on, step it up!
Am I right? But there are other games too. One example is Sonic Runners, released on June 25 of this year, in the US anyways. This game actually achieved 2 million downloads recently. There's also Sonic Dash, which is one of the top free games on the App Store right now. In fact, last I checked, it's around rank 62. So with that, I think it's safe to say Sonic is not a dying franchise. Thanks to mobile anyways. So, do I have anything negative to say? Or am I just going to be defending Sonic this entire video? I'm sure you've already figured this one out by reading the title of this video, but no. Sonic Dash and Sonic Runners aren't even that good of games anyways. And even from the opposite viewpoint, it's pretty much factual that they're both just games you play for a few minutes when you're bored. These are mobile games, and the core Sonic fanbase needs good console games to suffice. Sega recently admitted that they were ashamed of fans' disappointment in the past few years, and declared they would focus more on quality. However, as of now, I have no reason to believe this. As you know, with modern Sonic games, we are given false promises and we end up with a disappointing game. It's very irritating. It's great that the Sonic Boom cartoon has attained success, and the Sonic games line is still thriving, but that's not good enough. Sonic was once the mascot of a brand of consoles. I really hope Sonic's 25th anniversary game turns things around. Success isn't good enough when competent people hate you. Here's what Sega needs to do. 1. Don't be too narrow. Stop rehashing. Enough Green Hill clones. Yes, Green Hill was a staple in the first game, but now it's getting old. In addition, don't be afraid to try more complex stories. If you introduce a new character, make it a one-time appearance. Don't use basic environments. Don't be afraid to exit the safety zone. 2. Don't be too experimental. One aspect in which games like Sonic Adventure and Sonic Unleashed failed is they tried too hard to be things Sonic wasn't. Concentrate on what defines Sonic: speed. The main reason some people didn't favor Sonic Lost World was because his immense speed from Sonic Generations was replaced by overly convoluted and sometimes counteracting controls. This slower Sonic felt like a downgrade, while Sonic Generations Modern Sonic really captured the essence of Sonic. I feel bad for criticizing that for me in the past. Anyways, reduce gimmicky mechanics such as insignificant wisps, navigating in a troublesome snowball, and so on. 3. Just focus on fun. Sonic was never really meant to be a fast-paced version of Mario, which is what Sonic Lost World tried to be. Sonic was never about being too fast and linear either, or in platforming dense areas with barely any opportunities to go fast. The classics really balanced this out. They were special because they weren't trying too hard to be everything anyone could want. They were just about being fun and accessible. They were managed by simple concepts. That's what drives franchises like Super Mario, Angry Birds, EA Sports titles, Call of Duty, The Legend of Zelda. Their managers don't have to fret over complying to fans' every demand because making a game is natural. They know how to handle it. They work through a process of making a game that's fun and new in its own right, even if it's in ridiculous ways. Look at New Super Mario Bros. It's the same motherfucking game every time, yet it's able to appeal because it's fun and can reach newer gamers. In a way, mentioning Iwata was of relevance. Here's a quote from Iwata. Above all, video games are meant to be one thing: fun. Fun for everyone. Of course, he also has comments on taking risks, reintroducing new ideas, but none of that matters when you don't have appealing gameplay. That's what we want from Sonic. That's what made the classics reputable. I would like to share my idea on a 25th anniversary Sonic game, but my ideas are usually pretty stupid, and I end up looking down upon them with contempt in the future. So, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button below. And goodbye. Keep on the lookout for more videos, hedgehogs.